Hello, Yar.
Hey Jelle, how
Here
are
we
you?
are again.
Here we are.
Yeah, I'm fine, man. How are you?
I'm all good, all good. Happy to be here again. Still in Amsterdam,
Still in the office?
still in the office, still at NOCO,
Still happy?
still happy, always happy.
Nice, nice. Hey, today I want to talk a little bit about analytics and tracking website data. As you know, it often takes several external logins, external tools, external screens to track your website data. And because it's so analytics driven and number driven, it's really nice to have it in one place, right?
Yeah, yeah, exactly. Like, so when you finish the website, when you have the website ready, and now it's about the numbers, right?
Yep.
You want to make that website work really good for you. You want to
Yep.
bring back the investment that you made in the website.
Exactly.
And this is done by a lot of tools. Like we use Google Analytics, we use Microsoft Clarity, we use some custom tools for
Yar, all these like Heatmaps, you know.
all these tools, and connecting all of them sometimes can be overwhelming, especially if you're not very well versed in the field.
Yeah.
And this is all beginning to change, especially if you're a Webflow user. And now with Webflow apps, which has been introduced, I think a year now.
Yeah. Around
And
here.
yeah, it's been almost a year. And they've introduced a lot of apps, mainly, well, the most significant ones were the analytics ones.
Yeah.
And now you can have that directly in the platform, directly on your website. You don't have to go to another tab.
Which is
third tab,
nice
fourth
because if you think about your website, you want to be in your website and, you know, not an
Right.
external login or external dashboard. And you want to have everything central. Because if you see something, you can act quick. It's in your own tool and environment, in your Webflow environment. I'm really curious about how that looks like and what tools there are, because there are multiple tools, right?
There are a lot of tools. So gonna give you a preview of it. So again, Webflow apps has been introduced, I think, about a year now. Of course, it's webflow.com/apps. There are different categories of apps. Some are mini, some are connected to a big company, like for example Zapier, Microsoft, and some are done by individual contributors. So if we go to analytics, we see some famous tools, again, like Microsoft Clarity. That's a tool that a lot of companies use, and of course Google site tools for Webflow. And we can preview this one, for example. So as you can see, you can have the three main Google Analytics tool, like Google Analytics, Search Console, and Tag Manager, directly in a Webflow app. So I'm gonna demonstrate how this works. So this is my website, and I just want to demonstrate how I have this connected. So if I launch this Webflow, as you can see, I can just show on my dashboard, click on apps, I launched it, it's right here. So now I have this tool right there. It's connected to my Google account, my Google Analytics. I can preview the last 30 days, how many people visit my website, the types of users, the bounce rate, need to work on that. And all the analytics is there. Like I can see views by pages, views by country, and everything that I need is right here. Of course, if I want to go further, I can go to the Google Analytics.
Yeah, to the actual tool. Yeah.
And again, I can access that from here directly instead of having to go in to Google, logging in, making sure that I'm on the right tool, because
the right
sometimes
container.
sometimes I get lost. Sometimes am I on Tag Manager? Am I on Analytics? And if like I got used to it by now, but at the beginning it was like, okay, this is for a different purpose and for a different purpose. But here I have them all just laid out right there, so I know what I'm doing, what I'm using, what I need to visit, what I need to work on.
Nice. Yeah, I love this. And it's nice to have it straight in your Webflow environment. This is, of course, really interesting because, of course, as we know, Google metrics are really interesting. All about bounce rates, all about visitor sessions, user sessions. To bring this even further, because analytics is one, right?
Yeah.
But something else which is really important, to keep your website healthy is SEO.
Exactly, yeah.
And I know there's also a tool for that. to just, make sure that everything on your website is running good SEO wise?
Yeah, I mean, SEO is a topic that is a field by itself, right? So it's like the step after the website, or even during the website build.
Even when building it, right?
Yeah.
You already take care of like the right headings, the right alt text, the right image alts, everything, image descriptions,
backlinks
as well.
All those, yeah.
Yeah.
So I've been testing as well another Webflow app that's called SEMflow, and this is one of those apps that is made by individual contributor. So we can have a look at this app as well. I can pull it up again on my test website. So SEMflow is an SEO focus tool. Again, you have this directly on your Webflow dashboard, as you can see. So you can just access it from the apps. And then you have an SEO score. My SEO score is obviously not that good.
You need to improve some stuff, Yar.
You need to improve a lot of stuff, yeah. But again, now I'm aware of that.
Yeah.
Thanks to the app, and I'm aware of that without having to go somewhere else. I just do it right there on my platform, on my website itself, and I can go to the homepage. I can view. Okay, I have the score. I can set focus words, and it gives me a lot of details about meta descriptions. I have a duplicate meta description with another page. I'm aware of that now. My page word count as well, and these are stuff that perhaps can get overlooked during the process.
Yeah.
But that's why you need either an expertise or something like this, which is now very helpful because you have this tool. You can just check during the process, right?
Which is super nice. And I think a lot of people underestimate the importance of a Google speed score as well, but also Google SEO score, an overall SEO score.
As well. Yeah.
I mean,
even this is here, the Google speed score.
Yeah.
So if we go,
well, you can also see that here, right?
Yeah. So we can rerun audit. It takes a bit of time to audit, but it gives you a lot of these stats about the backlinks, about the scores, the speed, how is my website doing in sense of, so if you can go here, I can see how it's doing. So this is being pulled from Google Lighthouse, Google PageSpeed. Google Lighthouse is the Chrome extension, but yeah, it pulls it and it shows that to me directly on the Webflow platform, which is again something that saves a lot of time. Yeah,
I mean, it's one of those things that normally you need to go to Google Dev PageSpeed website, right?
Yeah.
Or Lighthouse as like a Chrome extension. But yeah, you need to fill in your URL. You need to wait a little bit, and I know it's possible, but it's all outside of your website. And again, it's so important to have everything inside of your website. And this is a collection of both, right? Like you can measure your page speed, but also measure your SEO stuff, and even with actionable items. So what you see here on, for example, the H1 missing focus keyword, it basically gives you a warning of like, hey, it misses something, fix it, right? And the more you fix, of course, the better the score will be. So yeah, especially when you launch a lot of like pages on a month-to-month basis, or maybe on a day-to-day or week-to-week basis, it's really important to keep these pages good SEO-wise as well. Exactly. It can look good design-wise. It can be built good in a good way, good clean code. But then still, this piece is super, super important. So really interesting tool. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, launching pages, of course, it's something that needs to be done quickly. You need to launch your landing page quickly. But at the same time, it's something that needs to be worked on really good. I mean, you need to really work on the SEO, all the keywords are used, everything is laid out.
A good thumbnail,
all that.
Description, made a title, made a description. All this stuff is super important.
Exactly. So it's a workflow. It takes time, and with applications like this, now this cuts the time by like more than 50%. I mean, the part that I have to go to another website, open another tab, and log in, this takes so much more time. And
it is. Yeah. Every tool has its own environment. The same what we discussed before, right? Like Google Analytics, everything is just nice to have it in one place, and these apps really help achieving that.
Yeah. I mean, there are so many of them. I haven't tested all of them yet.
We will test more.
We will definitely test more.
I'm also curious about the heat maps. I want to bring that into our next
Yeah,
20 minutes, but it's super nice to check what that does, right?
exactly. So things like Microsoft Clarity, I don't have it set up, but you can see from the preview, it already works with Heatmaps. Gives you the insights as per the tool, the Microsoft Clarity tool, and it's super interesting.
And we are always testing the newest apps, the best apps, analytics wise, to make sure that our customers also are experiencing the best possible, right?
Exactly.
In terms of their website health, in terms of their website analytics, it's super important to stay ahead of the curve. We always plug in, install, test before, of course.
Yeah.
Use it on our customers. And definitely a really good addition from Webflow that they have like this huge app store with a lot of apps.
Yeah, I mean, I remember WordPress was the tool that had the plugins, and it was famous for that.
Yeah.
But now having this, and like you said, we set up these apps for our clients so that when they have the website ready on their workspace, they also have these mini apps that can tell them analytics, that can show them some SEO stats. If they're adding or changing content, they can just audit the page again.
Or A/B test the page, right?
A/B test the page, exactly.
An app called OptiBase, where we can easily manage A/B testing inside of the website as well.
Yeah. Yeah, things like that. You can just instantly get a score. I don't have to wait and iterate and go ask, and just click on the app, get a score. Okay, then I know what to do. Then I know where my direction is.
Get some actionable items. Yeah, definitely. We cover a lot of analytics and data, right? We have a subscription for that, which is our CRO subscription, where we constantly are to do basically the data that you just saw, like all this stuff. We make sure that the data is like on point, and also the actionable items that come out of that, of course. If you see a high bounce rate, we make sure that we create a different design. If you have like a drop off at the first 15% of your website, we make sure that that drop off will be way lower on the website, of course. You want to keep engagement throughout the whole page, right? These are all stuff that we constantly proactively do in our subscription as well. And I think it's super interesting to mention, because oftentimes you get this super nice website, you are super happy with it, and of course we do our best, right? Like it's best practices, all based on best practices design-wise and also building-wise. However, sometimes it takes time, a month or maybe 1.5 months, to measure all this data and see how it actually works, right?
Yeah.
And I mean, these tools are so interesting to use that for, and also to again create actionable items out of that, and just create new designs, and constantly optimizing the best working, converting page. And this really helps again.
Exactly. Yeah. I mean, you get the website. It's nice to have a great website, but you also need to know how is it doing. Yeah. What is it doing in the back end? How is people perceiving it? How are they going through it? Like you said, are they going through the whole experience? Are they stopping somewhere? So these like heat maps can tell
where
me
do they stop exactly. Yeah.
Where are they
messaging
stopping?
Is also really important, right? Like
as well.
How many times did we change a little bit of text in a button, for example, with A/B testing, and it completely, skyrocket the conversion rate, right? It's such a funny thing, but it's such a small adjustment, but it's really a huge difference when you change it.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. Again, this is something that is done on statistics, done on numbers.
Yeah, data.
These are a lot of data that has been, studied, and these applications are set up on these data. So okay, when I put this keyword, I know what this is. I can at least project what numbers this have, what statistics this gonna bring me.
Yeah. And
iterate on that. The more that data I have, the more I can iterate. The more I know where I need to fix, where I need to work, where is working already, and perhaps
exactly
optimize on that.
The more you're building towards a high converting website.
Exactly.
Which is the goal. Right?
That's
eventually.
The goal. Exactly. That's the goal. I mean, the website is the front end of your business. It's like the definitely. Window, shop window. So it needs to be, of course, it needs to look good. It needs to be well done, but also it needs to perform well. It needs to bring back the business. It definitely. Needs to bring you money. Right?
Yeah. At the end of the day, that's the most important goal, right? Yeah. Good stuff. Really. I mean, the whole Webflow app store. I'm really curious about this. We'll stay on top of it.
Yeah, I mean, There has been a lot of talks about it. The API and the backend as well has been very much updated. They have been updating it a lot, and they've been talking about it. I think at the last Webflow conference, they mentioned that they're pushing more for updating the API features so that you can do more with these apps. You can make your own apps as well. It's not that difficult.
Which is really interesting.
I'm working on something. We'll be announcing very soon.
Yeah.
But making those has become very easy, and having this ecosystem done for you is making Webflow even more powerful, and making the process even more streamlined for the customer, because at the end of the day, the customer doesn't want to do a lot of stuff, but they do want to have some sort of control, and having these apps done for them in the sense of analytics, in the sense of SEO, and more. I mean, there are more apps for marketing and other stuff like localization, for example, e-commerce features. So having this set up right there on the Webflow platform, everything is ready for me. I can just be in control of my website.
Yeah, that's really nice. And building your own apps, again, you mentioned it really quick, but it can be super important, because then you can combine the best pieces of everything, right?
Exactly,
And build that tool that everyone wants, that app that everyone wants, and that works. And it's all focused on SaaS and tech. It's all focused on conversion rate optimization. I mean, that's the tool that you eventually would like to see in your website. So really interesting.
Yeah. It's I mean, these tools definitely. A lot of people are working on something, but something that is universal would be great. Would be great to have this one tool that has all my stuff, and I can just access it from the dashboard from right within Webflow.
Sweet.
Yeah.
Would love to see that.
Very soon.
Nice.
Coming. There are more apps I want to showcase, like more design-focused apps, let's say.
Because it's not only, of course, Webflow development and inside your Webflow developer environment, but it's also design, of course.
Exactly. So, say you're in the A/B testing process. You want to create this new component or this new design or this new, a graphic or whatever, and then you have this design apps, like let's say Reloom, and we've talked about this in another episode. So, for example, you have this component. You did the statistics. You know that you need to work on this component. You need to change it. You have something like Reloom. You can pull in a component. We at Noco, I know we set this up previously as per the style guide. So if the website of the brand has the style guide set up and everything is set up,
it's all connected.
We have some sort of like preset components with Reloom that they can just reuse really quickly. And this, again, saves a lot of time, makes the workflow very efficient, which is
definitely
that's the goal.
And also a design example from my side, for example, I tried the Lottifiles app, which basically in Lottifiles you create animations. Animations higher user engagement, as we all know. Yeah. And for me, it was really nice to see that you can just basically have a library of Lottifiles in your own account. Mm-hmm. You can open it up in Webflow. You can just drag and drop almost your animation inside of the website, which is really nice because it shortened, again, the whole barrier of having to be in different environments. Just right away from your Webflow designer, you can just easily implement your animations inside the website. I think that's also a huge example of how easy it is nowadays to basically implement these things.
Yeah, it's like right there, all of them.
It's right there. Yeah.
You can adjust the color palette.
They even have like pre-made animations, which are, well, not the best, I would say. Yeah. But still, it is there.
You can connect your workspace as well, so that I have my animations as well.
Yeah. That's the most important thing. Yeah.
This is super cool.
Really good stuff.
Cool. I know ClipPath Pay, and shout out to Keegan. He's
Keegan
Larry, Webbay. His name is Webbay. He's YouTuber as well. Now he's working in Webflow. He's the community manager, content manager. But he created this app. So this is something that was a very much a big hassle for developers because you see, let's say you see a design that is like, have these geometrical shapes that are different, and it's so hard to make in development.
It is.
And having things like that, like a ClipPay, clip path. So basically, it
basically masks your
you create
image.
the path, and I can just copy it in a CSS code and paste it on on my element.
So let's say I want to have a video. I have a video, but I want to have it not in a rectangular shape, but in a more like a hexagon shape.
Yeah.
This is where this stuff becomes really.
We can. I can
right.
just quickly show you, for example, this image. If I go clip path bay, launch it. So this is something that is very simple. So if I clip it, you can see it. I clipped it in a triangular shape.
Nice.
And of course, there are many. So these mini apps are, they're there. They're done well, and they really help speed up things like that. Like
I know that back in the days, this was quite a
lot of
quite
work.
a difficult task to achieve when building it customly, right?
Yeah. Like between development and design, this is something that needs to be aligned as well, always.
Nice. Well, thanks, Yar. Interesting stuff this time. Again, Webflow apps directly in your Webflow editor. Not only development, but also design-wise, really interesting. Let's keep talking about these nice, interesting additions.
Yeah, we're gonna keep exploring these apps. More are for sure coming this year. We're gonna see a lot of more apps, probably related to AI, related to more big tools like Microsoft, Google, and all that.
Yeah, definitely.
And we're gonna keep testing. I'm on top of it. Like I'm kind of testing every new app that comes out, and it's something I really
always
enjoy.
Refreshing the app store. Yeah, nice, man. Good stuff. Yeah. Good stuff coming up. Thanks again.
Amazing. Thank you so much.
Nice call. And
it's been a pleasure. Talk to you soon.
Cool. Bye.